All right, so let's look at possibly the best batch of Bookers I've ever had, and I've had probably 5 or 6 by this point.
So, Booker's Granny's Batch is what we're trying tonight. And Ryan asked a good question. What makes Granny's Batch Granny's Batch? So, the thing about Booker's is that, like many batched specialty whiskeys, they release different batches where they pull different barrels from different parts of the rack house. And the thing about Granny's Batch is it has a nose and a flavor of peanut brittle more intense than any other like Booker's Batch has ever had. Like you can smell it and it smells like there's peanut butter in your bourbon in a good way. Like you get the solid brown sugar vanilla bourbon notes.
Like almost like you poured a bottle of whiskey into a jar of peanut butter that just had peanut butter around the edges still.
Yes. Like it's a wonderful peanut musty smell.
The nose, that's all I get is peanut.
And
I don't want to say all, but it's by far.
It makes up 50% of the nose. 50% of the nose is peanut butter and peanut brittle, and the other is brown sugar, a little bit of oak, and vanilla.
For something like peanut butter to take up half the nose on its own, tells you how distinct it is, because usually the nose is comprised of way more than 2 or 3 different scents or flavors.
Yeah, I cannot express how much excitement I had whenever I saw the little purple label. Whenever I walked in and saw this place that had 3 different batches of Bookers, and Granny's was one of them. Like, I saw it and I'm like, is that Granny's batch? And they're like, I think that's Granny's batch. Let me go up and take a look. Yeah, it's Granny's. I'm like, I want one now. And then I went back and they're like, do you have more? Because my friend wants one. He's like, yeah, we have one more. That's the last one. I'm like, I want that one too. Let's get into the taste. I have to now.
Yeah.
Wow.
The finish is straight peanut butter.
That's so peanut.
I cannot get over that.
Holy fuck, that's peanut.
The front end is like brown sugar, peanut brittle, a little bit of vanilla, and then it morphs more and more into a dry peanut
like
butter.
126 proof. Either.
Not at all.
It drinks like 100, maybe 105.
And that's the thing I love about Booker's is that it's so controversial because people who love Booker's, they have their own subjective tastes. Some people hate Granny's Batch. Some people love it. Some people think it's the best batch, and some people think it's a quality batch, but not the best. Dude,
I might be of the belief that, well, I know it's the best that I've tried, but from what I've heard and how people rank these different batches, I wouldn't be surprised if I called this the best batch they've made.
The only 2 that come close from reviews I've read and people I trust is Beaten Biscuits and Country Ham.
I've tried Beaten Biscuits. It does come relatively close. I couldn't give you the tasting notes because I tried it maybe 6 months ago. I still have half a sample left.
My understanding is that Beaten Biscuits comes closer to a true bourbon, where this has so much peanut that like
it's like it's not necessarily a true bourbon. It's a true Jim Beam product.
Yes, because it
is
it's
every little nuance you get with the game turned up to 10.
Yes.
Because this is peanut with the game cranked.
If you put the face of Jim Beam as a quality product, I would put Granny's Batch Bookers as the face of that quality product. Like
I personally would too. It's definitely a staple in terms of these kinds of flavors.
Yes, without a doubt. Knob Creek for me personally is like their top tier line, but if you ask me what I thought the best Jim Beam product I ever had was, it is going to be Granny's Booker's Granny Batch.
I'm inclined to agree.
And
the only thing I would put close is I did really like the Little Book Chapter 3.
Well,
that is very, very, very close. And that's also different because that's an experiment versus a different batch of something.
Yeah, if we throw an experiment in, Little Book Chapter 3 is one of the greatest bourbons that has ever been made.
I can agree.
And
one of these times we'll need to bring it so Ryan can try it. Or go to your place and try it.
You will come to my place to try that because I'm not risking driving that and A, getting pulled over and having that in my back seat, or B, like breaking it.
So maybe next tasting can be at Logan's place and we can do a Booker's lineup.
I'm okay with that.
Or a high-end Jim Beam lineup and include Knob 15 and Knob 12.
I'm okay with that too.
Either of them.
Oh, yeah, I'll hook you up.
Maybe there's our next lineup.
I'll do. I'm more than happy to do.
I mean, if
tomorrow.
I'm getting fucking knob 12 tomorrow, like if East Lib really has knob 12,
They have a ton of it. If you go tomorrow,
Like,
you're going
I
to get it.
guarantee you they'll still have some tomorrow. I know how it sells. I know it didn't sell that quick.
Especially,
If I can go
too,
there
for the fact
tomorrow-
that most people are probably going to miss it when they walk in because I didn't even realize they had it until I looked to my right. I'm like, wait a minute, is that Knob Creek? Oh, that is Knob Creek. It's going to be very easy to miss. So
Okay.
go in tomorrow and get it, and you'll be able to get it.
I'm gonna go in tomorrow because apparently they have fucking
Yeah,
trays
Bland,
of
all,
rods.
all the Blantons and E.H. Taylors and Buffalo Trace is in the warehouse currently. So we'll expect it probably tomorrow.
My
Okay.
dad really wanted
If
one
not
of Bland's.
Tuesday.
My mom was like, "Let me buy it for him. I'll get it for him for Father's Day." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine."
Oh, shit, that's right. Father's Day's coming
Here,
up.
before we continue, let's wrap up.
Yeah, we can run this.
Anyways.
Bookers. Holy shit, peanut bomb.
This
fucking
is
incredible.
my favorite batch I've had. Easily.
Without a doubt, I have to agree.
And I have not had a batch of Bookers I haven't liked.
Booker's is a high-quality product. People like...
Like I say, when people are asking about Bookers at the liquor store and I don't know about the batch, a bad batch of Bookers is still a good batch of Bookers.
It's a good I'll say a bad batch of Bookers is a good batch of bourbon.
Yeah.
And the only thing I had to say is that people complain that, oh, it's getting more expensive. It's not the same price it used to be. Oh, it's younger than it used to be. It doesn't change the fact that this is a good fucking bourbon.
Because this is what, 2019? Or is this 2020?
This is the first batch of 2020.
And keeping in mind that people tend to praise the pre-2018 or 2017 batches.
Yes.
The fact that I hold this up with those says a lot.
When it comes to bourbon, ignore the fucking age statement. That gives you an idea of how intense the oak is going to be. Age statements do not indicate quality. As proven by Buffalo Trace,
Balmorea, or the Balmorea.
Balmorea.
I compared Garrison Brothers, or combined Garrison Brothers and Balmorea.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Penelope, for that matter.
Yeah, that's what, 4 or 5, maybe 6 year at most. It has to be 4 years.
It's a blend of it's a blend of 3
Right, less
year
than 4
and
years.
and then Maker's Mark. Maker's Mark, nobody has any fucking clue what age any of those barrels are.
But
People
it doesn't
think
matter
it's
because
6.
you try it and it's delicious.
Exactly.
It's probably in the 6 to 7 range just because of what you're getting that makes the most sense. But we don't know. That blackened is
A
probably
blend
4
of
years.
4 to 6 years, and it's quality. So, anybody who shits on Bookers, keep shitting on Bookers because I want to be able to get it frequently.
Amen to that.